There we go. All right, guys. Well, it's 8:40, so let's I think everybody's aware of my presence here. Thank you, Ivy. All right. All right, folks. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the cues. Now, I think a couple of us were long on this one or grabbed some longs. So today, and I suspect there could be some motherfucking tomfoolery in order to get here, but the goal is to get above 728 if you are bullish looking for the gap fill. It's just that simple. Um, that being actually, you know what? Before I get started, I got to say something before I get started because I got a message this morning, and I'm not going to say any names, but I want to make this abundantly clear. You are going to continue the cycle of failing over and over again if you do not change how you approach this motherfucking market. If you do not feel confident right now, when I ask you if you can find me a Potter box setup with empty space on the 24-hour time frame times 3, give me 3 of them. If you can't do that with the utmost confidence, you are still in an area that you should not be risking money you care about. I'm telling you this, and you can try, and you can try to pretend like what I said isn't real and it's not going to be a reality for you. But again, I can't control everybody, but there are certain individuals who are learning and using money they care about. And therefore, I just looked at some, again, if you're here, I'm not pointing fingers, I'm just saying, if you can't pressure tested, tell me what a good setup looks like, or you know that you're not getting this system, you're going to fail. Okay, and this is not just my system, it's any system that does work. If you don't have a good understanding of that system and you haven't actually tried to trade it using minimal risk for the purpose of finding out, does this shit work? You're going to continue to fail. So either you're getting better and that's your intention, and therefore the byproduct will be money, or you are focused on money and realizing you need to get better. So make a choice. All right. Yeah, if you're using Rusty Rod system, you're cooked though. That's it. So I would just go ahead and give up, actually. Wrap it up. All right. Anyway. There, I just want to, I'm not, again, and I'm just, no, there are people in here who they don't speak, or I haven't heard them speak, but they unfortunately have been trying their hand at this strategy using all of their money, or at least a fat chunk of it, and now are looking at like actual losses that they're going to have to figure out how to make back. And that's the shittiest part, is I'm trying to get people to understand that $100 that you put in, and listen, it's not like I got 20 people, it was one person. So it's not like, out of everybody that's in here, but there more than likely is. There's more of you who yesterday, even though you didn't have a good setup, you probably bought some fucking bullshit out of the money, and you're just spending your BP because you got it. And you're not actually taking the building capital seriously. You're just hoping that something fucking hits stop it. You're going to fucking lose. You're not going to get away with it. It's just never going to work. I've never met anybody who, and even if you did get lucky, go ahead and try to rinse and repeat that. That'll be gone real quick. So take this shit serious. It's really rare that people or myself or anybody in this world find something that works and that's worth waiting for. Meaning, yeah, sometimes we're not taking a trade. And I know that when you hear me here talking about speculating on the cues and shit like that, If I have $80,000 in my account and I put $100 in that, do you think I care? If I put $300 in that, do you think I care? I mean, I care, but I don't. It's within my risk. I can. That's light risk for me. So you have. This is again why signals don't work. Telling you what I'm doing takes a responsible user, right? Because a lot of people will say, "Oh, Potter's in Potter's in $20 out of the money," and they'll go $60 out of the money and be scratching their head wondering why it didn't work. So take the time to learn this system. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of things that I can help you with and that I want to help you with, but if you're not willing to make those adjustments and help yourself, you're just going to continue to struggle. Okay? So, Rusty Rod's system doesn't work? No, brother. He's just selling bullshit. Anyway, so QQQ is here this morning, and I'm just leaving it at that. Again, and I only say this shit because I care. As of right now, on the 24-hour time frame, and I talked about this yesterday, we are retesting the floor, right? And my question here is, if we don't have enough, what is above, what is below? So if we do not end up having enough, watch for a 722 pullback. It's a real possibility. Now, upon that, it also could be interpreted as a rejection of that floor, but a rejection means that price has fallen and been secured under something that sellers control. Looking at this one, right? And I will say, like I said, 722, you can kind of see why that level would be important, but that could be somewhere where we quickly pull back, retest. If it wants to come down to 721.16, that would be permissible. But obviously, I know a lot of you and most of you are probably looking for the gap fill here. So either A, I would like for this to happen too fast for other people to get in it, and we could just go ahead and take profit. You should be green anyway if you did swing the Qs at the bell yesterday. Thanks, gamer. Or fucking Batman. That's so funny. No shit, really? That's fucked, Ivy. We'll figure it out, man. I don't know if I need to sit down with him. Usually I don't have to do that kind of stuff, but he needs to reach out to me though. Tell him to shoot me a DM. Yeah. All right. While I do that, I'm gonna hold on 1 second. I'll back with this today. Awesome. Tell that. Oh my fucking god. 1 second, guys. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, dude. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Sorry about that. Just bought this new light and the fucking legs are all paraplegic. Meta? Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that in a second. My hair's going crazy. Good God. All right. Hey, Potter, you're like a TV show that has me all addicted. What the fuck? All right. Anyway, Q's downtrend. A lot of us are looking at the potentiality of us, of course, going up there and hitting that. Let's see if that's in the cards today. All right, IWM is up at the highs once again without being above the, well, no open above the highs, but still underneath these wicks. So for IWM, I have more of a question rather than, I'm anticipating a play on this one. My question is, this is the third time. This is the third fucking time that we have been up here, and I don't know if we're lagging. I'm going to go ahead and guess that we're lagging against the Qs and SPY, considering the fact that SPY and the Qs already did the 3 taps off the top and then saw their pullback. So we might be, again, it's a question, not a resolution. I want to know, are we going to be able to do that? And if the answer is no, right, because there's a gap now underneath us, yes, I would be willing to speculatively short on next week's 290s. All right, is everybody hear me on this? So, pattern ending of signals. Well, I'm giving you something to think about right now. And we also have some pretty clear levels underneath us. So it's, again, a question once I have an answer, and you could speculate on those. I would like to see a tap at 300 and then pulled back underneath. But other than that, we are opening up at the highs. So if you're looking for all-time highs, you're more than welcome to try that out. But anyway, IWM is looking at a third tap of that overall high. SPY, not quite as enthusiastic on that break up, but I do have a price target directly up above you for today with 3 taps at the overhead ceiling. Maybe get a quick little retest down around 733.50, but above 740. There's a gap fill. I think you guys are probably more than aware of that. If you are day trading, a lot of you guys need to remember what you are or who you are or how you're operating inside of this market. And a lot of you should be swing trading. Because I can tell you one thing. A big habit of a lot of people, and they'll look at themselves and they'll be like, well, how'd that happen? They'll make a lot of money on some swing trades, and then they'll drain half of it with these small, lower time frame day trades, especially newer. Yeah, U.S. inflation hits 3-year high. Yep, U.S. inflation climbed to 4.1% in May, its highest level in more than 3 years. It's okay. Everything's okay. All right, so really quickly, I'm going to give you guys a brief look at your, and this was posted before the data was, so, but before the bell, guys, NASDAQ futures led gains, rising more than 2% as investors rotated back in technology shares after upbeat forecast from chip makers Micron and Qualcomm signaled robust demand for AI technology shares across Asia and Europe. Japan's Nikkei surged more than 4%, while the South Korean Kopsi climbed 5.5%. I'm probably saying that wrong. In Europe, the tech had a similar weighing, has a smaller weighing. This broader stock 600 edged higher, while its technology sub-index gained about 2%. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve preferred inflation measure, obviously, we got that already, which is high. The dollar was on track for its biggest monthly advance in nearly a year ahead of the U.S. inflation report, while gold prices remained close at the more than 7-month low hit in the previous session. However, oil prices fell to the levels that have seen last seen before the start of the Iran war, as expectations of increased supply from the Middle East outweighed demand concerns. Where's John Pork? Who's John Pork? What are you guys talking about? I don't know what you guys are talking about, John Pork. One of my biggest One of my biggest fears is my mic being open and people hearing me doing something weird or singing some random ass song. Don't let that be your biggest fear, because I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not fun when it happens, but then life does go on.
Hola, papi, come back to bed. When I first joined, bro, when you had the open mic, I was working out and I had some pre-workout, and like I was trying to like it got stuck in my throat, pause, right? And I was trying to fucking spit that shit out, and my mic was open, and you guys heard everything, bro. You guys were like, "What the fuck is that?"
Shit, I'll
And
take that
after
one
that,
over
bro,
mine, dude.
I never talked again, bro, for like 3 months.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I, 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 one of my most embarrassing moments in my life was doing this. So, yeah, you'd be all right. Yeah, yeah, you got to be careful leaving your Bluetooth headphones on when you go to the bathroom when you're on TikTok Live. Helps though. All right, shut up, Brock. All right, guys. So that's our three ETFs and the economic outlook. MU, of course. Yeah. You know what's mad funny is MU, these shares actually ended up fucking lifting shares all around the fucking world. Just signaling that tech was still alive, but MU is up at the highs now. So pretty interesting shit. All right, Mexico won. Mexico won last night. Nice. Hell yeah. All right. Now, you're frying chicken. What are you talking about? Let's take a look at Meta here this morning. Now, it is opening up at the lows, folks. So, as much as we would love for this one to see continuation of the upside, that is only going to be dictated by its ability to reclaim and punch through the box directly up above it. And I ain't playing no fucking games with this shit. I'll let it signal before I fucking try to get caught up in that shit. So, Sari, what's the ticker on that one? So if you're watching Meta here this morning, obviously this one's going to be low on the can. I love the idea of it, but it might not be a very good idea without that floor being reclaimed. NCLH, which I believe you guys, well, some people were talking about this one last night or yesterday. I grabbed a couple contracts. It's now up at the highs. We're looking for those highs to be broken. And that is going to be basically here, but ultimately 2250. We're looking for a push up into that 2357 area. So Norwegian cruise lines looking pretty juicy. If you're in Circle, we got our third consecutive day now. We saw the first leg down, second leg down, and now we're looking at a potential. And again, we haven't lost it yet, but if we are to lose $70, we can be looking at that $65 price target directly underneath us. So yeah, nah, I don't want to trade that. Um, Yeah, for sure. All right, so if you guys have anything you would like for me to take a look at here this morning, please go ahead and drop your request. Chef Potter, I'm cooked. What are you cooked on, Joey? I love QBTS downside. I'm making a watch list and I'm done fucking with ETFs except for IWM. Remember what we talked about yesterday, guys? I can't. Well, actually, most of you weren't here. I think this was towards the end of the day, but I have had two people in two separate instances tell me that on the third day of their funded accounts or the third day of trading, after three consecutive good days, they will go and almost blow their account or lose a quarter of their gains. Uh, your system trying to embed in my brain. Yeah, this is kind of off topic. I'm not necessarily referring to you, but I want you guys to remember with the ETF specifically, if you are not privy to the concept of contraction and then expansion and the rate of expansion and acknowledge that, you are being insane because you are expecting a different result in an area where we know that result is typically not possible because we are looking for expansion. And with something like that, um, it's fine, right? IWM is set to expand, actually. We have a good reason to believe that, especially with the small account, that are likely nearing, right, a break on IWM. It has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the eighth day. We go back 1, 2, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eighth day, big dumper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eighth day, three dumps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You already dumped. So this is a repetitive motherfucking process that we can kind of rinse and repeat on. But if you trade it for 2 days or 3 days, and then the fourth day you lose your ass, whose fault's that, right? What are you ignoring? So important. IWM, I do believe, is lagging. So I think Tractor Supply is preparing for launch. The sell pressure is slowing. This would be a good place to speculate on Tractor Supply. It's not it. Listen, the floor is always a good place. You can set a stop loss, have a good long expiration. You do have a 29.17 floor underneath you, and you've got a lot of empty space to the upside. So inside of an area of consolidation, usually you can get it for a little bit cheaper, but you're going to have some good time behind you. So it looks good. I'll set an alert on that one at 30:38 or 30:33, excuse me. All right, go ahead. I do want to go over Wendy's just because I fucking grabbed some calls on this one yesterday after I saw the pocket of empty space all the way up to 1340. And that's, listen, it's a fucking squeeze. And usually when these things squeeze, they go after these random motherfucking pockets. I mean, the most random pockets of empty space. And that's similar to what KSS has done. Again, I didn't put enough money in this to give a shit about it. So either it squeezes up and out, but good gap up. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a really badass little gap up that it's got, and so far a pretty damn good rebound. So you said, do I think IW inputs? Um, I mean, I can't. With 3 rejections at the overhead high, yeah, I could see that as a real possibility, but we'll see. Oh my god. Hold on. Somebody's calling me. All right. I have the urge to gamble, chef. That's my downfall. Oh, you got to decide which one's stronger. Stronger. Your want to gamble and maybe have a shot at some sort of capital underneath you, or do you see individuals directly in front of you with evidence showing you that it is possible, not even just possible, more than possible, for you to be able to master this system and to not gamble, but to actually see the same type of gains that people see when they do gamble? So, and it is, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is right on that line. And that's why people associate it with gambling, because humans sitting next to infinite resources turn into crackheads. Okay? We're all guilty of it. All right. Anyway, that is where discipline comes in. It's where you learn to be a discipline. Yeah, that pipe hits though. All right, let's see here. Yeah, it'll leave a bad taste in your mouth. I mean, there's so many things that just didn't
And the
trigger
fucked
your
up
sense.
thing is, I had the right plan. I don't know what it made me impulsively do what I did.
We learn stuff about ourselves all the time, my boy. I still do too. Um, this is actually a pretty interesting 24-hour candle open. Yesterday, you got a really nice bounce. You were able to secure yourself back on 199.50, and you've got a gap directly up above you. So you know what? I would be looking at this one trying to get up and over a 30-minute box range. I'd be looking at 203 break, and then you're going to be looking for a 204 reclaim, 204.65. You said Tractor Supply spreads are so ass. I don't know if it's even worth fucking with. If that's your first instinct, then probably not. Yeah. All right. What was that? CBRS for a swing trade. Okay, so I am the same way that I am at all-time lows as I am at all-time highs. Useless. So I can tell you this, 203.40 reclaim, yeah, you could be looking at a potential punchback and a reversal back up into your IPO low 277. So oh snap, you got ink. I can see the ink butter. It looks fire, no cap. I need another play for it. This is not real. This is a fake tattoo that I got for me and my daughter, my son, that we could play with. And I also wanted to see if I would like what I would look like if I had a sleeve. I do like it. I'm gonna start it soon. Drawing concept ideas. All right, Funko. I see 3 taps overhead, Sim. Damn, somebody need to post that one on Wall Street Bets, huh? So obviously being low cap, maybe low risk, but I mean it is telling you very clearly, what needs to be reclaimed right now. And that you are, I mean, kind of rejecting it, at the moment, but it is over 575 if you're looking to the upside. But other than that, I mean, it looks like $5 it might be in threat of being lost here, which would lead to a 450. Wall Street Bets is where I go to feel better about myself. Dude, that shit makes my gut wrench, dude. I honestly can't even look at that fucking place anymore. Well, um, obviously, yeah. $50 lost would be the main. That is the floor that you'd be looking to lose here on the 4 and the 24-hour time frame to give you access to that empty space. So yeah, obviously there's a lower time frame box directly up above you. So anything above 51.20 and you're liable to retest 52. So Wall Street Bets got Wendy's calls right. I mean, I took Wendy's calls. I'm sure they're gonna. I got Wendy's $15 calls for July 10th. I got them for $25 a piece. Yeah.
Yes, chef.
I'm not. Whoa. I have not looked at this chart in a long time, and it just bounced off of. You know what, guys? I mean, even futures traders maybe might be looking at a potential reversal on silver. That's not bad. I mean, you didn't.
Oh,
There you go. So it didn't full touch. I mean, it would be kind of nice if you actually did go and touch. But that being said, unfortunately, you're going to be left with that. And so outside of 53.86, I think it would be reasonable to look for a 55.60 target. That's not bad, which means that something not good might be happening. I don't know. All right. Let's see here. AEM. Oh, that's my son's name. An Agnico. How do I select an optimal expiration? I'm just guessing. Typically, you're going to add a week per 24-hour time frame resistance. So I'll give you an example of something like that right now. Like, let's say I wanted to take AEM and I am planning on taking it through this punchback into this gap at 191, right? So that's and again, I'm not looking at the contract, so that's the second part of this. But at this point, right, the target based contracts would be 172, obviously for a shorter expiration or 2 weeks out, versus obviously we have this large box floor and cost basis to go and break through. So more than likely, you would have 2 weeks to get to the floor, and then more than likely 4 to 5 weeks, right? Because this is a 24-hour box, but adding the resistance, right, the cost basis and overhead high, I would add 2 weeks to that. And it is also something that we could recognize as a bit of a slower mover. So you have to take that in. There is discretion involved when it comes to selecting expirations on certain stocks. Like, for example, somebody asked me about Funko this morning. You're not getting me in that unless I'm 6 months out, you know.
Was that one mine? Because I didn't mean AEM.
What do you mean?
I was looking at ACM.
Brother, you just watched me do the you just watched me do the whole analysis and then said it right at the end. That's crazy. This one even ACM. Oh my god. What the fuck is this? What is it? What is it? Well, I tell you what it is. It's fucking trapped. See, these are no-brainers to me. This one is, it doesn't get any easier than that. 7465 is the floor directly up above you. You need to reclaim it. If you don't, you keep falling. So that one also, just be careful with this one. It is very clearly in a downtrend, breaking down through boxes. So it's also probably incredibly low volume, but it is off cost basis. You said ACM trash contracts. I'm gonna be honest with you, just looking at it, I fucking could imagine that there would be kind of shitty contracts on that. And that's another place that people got to stop compromising on. You don't want to I mean, I don't know. I'm not looking at them, so maybe they are good, but AMD in a box, 24-hour upwards channel. Well, I mean, we can come to a simple conclusion that you are very well consolidated. You have, looks like the average amount of time has been surpassed, so you definitely are looking at a potential break on this one. Gap fill. Listen. There's no. Yeah. I'm gonna say 570.
Gap fill rejection.
I don't really see that happening. Maybe, but I don't really see that.
At the top of your
Look,
channel, like that.
I think so. In listen, one of my favorite yeah. When I want to go short, I want it to go higher. Just like when I want to go long, I want it to go lower. So you want it to pop and hit 570 and then come back down, because then you can use the top of the box as a stop loss, going short or waiting for cost basis, whatever you prefer.
Hey, Papa, if the Qs on the hourly fill that gap, would that be example of maybe rejection because of the structure above it?
Say that last part again.
No, I'm saying if the Qs fill the gap, do you make that a box on top of it that possibly it can reject again?
No. I'm not going to leave that as a box. No, that's just an overhead high. I will, however, mark that out at 470 because that was the floor of that first area of consolidation. The only thing I see is that, unless you're talking about that. If you're talking about that, then yeah, 477.35 would be that potential breakout level. So
is that little structure right there, Papa, between 735 and
yeah, that little, yeah, that's a box. Yeah, that's a box.
Yeah, so I'm saying like if it fills that gap, it can potentially reject there and come back down. Carter, you wouldn't box that little box down below it, right there, right there. There's a little range right there.
Right here.
On the bottom, below it.
Right.
Up. Keep going up. To the left now, right there.
That? Nah.
No.
No, because that.
You would have put like a line right there underneath it.
No.
To try to grab that. Okay.
No. I just leave. Yeah, I want this floor. That floor kills the range. The range hits 734. That's just too much information, because also this box, while it did gap down through it, it already has been punched back. So I mean, if you and you know what's interesting about that, dude, is that would actually be the bottom of your box would actually be what your old cost basis was made of. So if you want to leave it like that, I guess, the skeleton, but if that helps you hang on to the trade, then yeah.
So even though it gapped up above cost basis that day, and then that's the punchback though, still right
that punched back, it made a lower time frame box and then punched through that tiny little box overnight. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, yeah. Thank you.
Either so my diagnosis right now for today, guys, being up against this floor is you have structure here and you got structure up there. What is that usually a diagnosis for? So we either reclaim that floor and see that gap fill, or this shit's coming right back down, retest, and then build for the fucking majority of the day and maybe pop at the end. So again, we can speculate on that, but we have the ability to create a plan. We got a box underneath us, and just like I was saying on AMD, right? Pop out, and now you're pushing back down. So seems like there might be a, even a. I think I said 722, but it could be 71950. But listen, do you see a setup right now in consolidation going into empty space clear as day? If you are new and you do not, what do you think you should do? You should probably sit back. You should probably go ahead and breathe away those butterflies, because what the fuck are you nervous for? You have no plan. I'd be nervous too if I didn't have a plan and I was planning on getting into something. So either make the plan, find the setup, or start doing that now. But if you don't have a setup, then what do you expect? So be patient.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
There you go.
Amen.
Why is that true words?
Preach it, brother.
Shit. Right.
You don't
A
want my
pocket
gospel.
full of nuts.
If you fail to execute your plan, you plan to fail too.
No, you execute yourself.
Kaizen.
Hell no, I'm not executing myself.
Then you better plan.
I got a plan today.
Man,
I'ma follow
the
my plan
myth,
today.
the legend, the
Took
great,
my mans this
the
morning.
plan. Till I'm dead, perfecting my little trap. They know me down at chat. If it's in Japan.
I sent you my my Addy there, Pata.
Thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
I'm gonna give it to UPS. I'm not packing that shit up.
I figured.
The yams, my lives. Harass is fast as hell. Don't love your job, job your love. I saw that shit, bro. That shit made me fucking laugh, bro. Some people just be trying to be deep.
They shallow like rain puddles.
Potter, you put me on with this song. Discourse talking about plans. Potter is vibing to the music.
I be slapping this shit every morning now.
Neil got me this fucking record, bro. I'm about to fucking. You're gonna see fucking wax shavings next to my record player. Dude, I'm gonna listen to this shit so much.
Yeah. You going to his show? He just announced his tickets.
I'm trying, bro, but I got kids. You think my
Yeah,
wife's
bring
gonna
your
let?
son, dude.
You think,
You
dude?
got a babysitter money.
I listen. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. One of
You don't
the
leave your kids
reasons
with someone.
I don't leave my kids with somebody. I have one lady that I was a waiter like 15 years ago. What's her name? Fucking we haven't talked in a couple of years, but she used to watch the kids, and I'm sure if I asked her, again, but at the end of the day, like that's kind of why we came back. And Peyton's family is, her dad and her mom still work, and not work, but they own a U-Pick farm and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna be leaving my kids with somebody I don't know. That's when some of the weirdest shit that happened to me was fucking at sleepovers and shit like that. Nothing too weird, but weird enough for me not to like it.
You come down to Tampa.
You said over 380?
385, or you could play the reclaim of the floor at 380, but 385 to 393 is perfect.
Golf man, how much do you like getting beat? What like?
Hey, yo, I've been
I'm
doing
just kidding.
alright.
I'm just joking. All right, now
I like getting beat.
all right. Well, that being said, you're going to have multiple things to do, right? You are at cost basis, like it. Above 380. So what you're going to hear me say, or what you're going to hear me narrate here, is a lot that has to get done, right? So we're going to start with step 1, which is 381. I'm sure there's probably a lower time frame box there. The step 2 would be 385.44. Now let's zoom down a little bit further, and we can see empty space leading us up to And that's even shittier because now you have this separate motherfucking floor at 388.40. But that being said, you have pocket of empty space to 392. And at that point, yeah, you can start looking for that gap fill if you're looking at that. You know, simultaneously, if
set an alert and walk away. I'm not like.
I mean, you can finish the day closing on the floor, pointing up towards the gap, then you could be looking at a play up into that 424 area. So just there's multiple steps on something like this that could make it a lot more difficult if it doesn't have that volume. So let's see if it has that volume. But the good thing is you know, you could utilize. If I was going to get into Tesla, brother, you're not. I'm getting in here. I'm getting in through this box because I don't want to have any part of like trying to get in at a point of rejection. So.
Hey,
If somebody could
Mario.
restream. What's up, Applejacks?
Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. Go. What were you gonna say, or were you about to ask for the restream?
No, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. If somebody could restream, that'd be great. You got to volunteer at the farm to try to inherit it. Nah. I mean, I love working on the farm. I do that anyway. He doesn't always let
Is it
me.
already in a trust?
No. He don't like me that much.
Is the life insurance policy's beneficiary the trust?
No. I don't know anything about his situation. It wasn't too long ago that man did not like me, so we had differences. He likes me now.
You've proved yourself worthy, my son.
How's his account doing?
I don't even want to get started with that one. Nothing ever happened with his account because I couldn't get him to call Thinker or TradeStation because he couldn't get approved. He still has money sitting in his account, and I called him and told him what to do, and he just hadn't done it yet. So I'm not gonna. He's got it in a state already, bought it out from under the family. Nah, didn't do that. All right, so AVGO, area of consolidation, you want it up, but it just rejected the top at 410. So, I mean, like, if you want it up, it's going to be 410, but it's also going to start with 400 flat, which is also the top of the box that you just fell in. But I could also make a strong argument for potential downside if this one does fail to get outside of that $400 mark. So it is clear where this one goes up, but I would also argue that there is a chance that this one could go down. Which, you know, yeah.
Aren't the contracts on that ridiculous?
Yeah, they're expensive. Yeah, did anybody short Apple yesterday?
Nah, just Meta.
Okay. Yeah, there is a strong possibility here for potential continuation to the downside. I have a target on Apple at 286.50 and of course at 284.60. So if you're obviously clearing the wigs, that would be my first target to the downside. You did? Yeah, this one had multiple rejections off of 301 and then failed yesterday closing at the floor. So it was kind of a short signal. We talked about that one yesterday. SpaceX. I actually think SpaceX can go back up. I think there's a strong probability of this one going and reaching up to 176.15. Ivy's gonna take that one today, isn't she? She's gonna take it.
I'm gonna take that. The 175 or 35 cents is right.
Ivy, how you been doing too? You gonna talk to me about it? Is the account doing okay? I saw some of the trades you took, but I couldn't follow up with you.
Singing this morning.
Well, that's good.
She had her mic open on accident. She was singing.
Was it beautiful? She sound like an angel. Yeah, over 163.62 on that one. What expiration? I'd probably trade it next week's expiration. You might be able to get away with this week's if it's low risk enough.
The one for this week or low risk, Papa?
INTC has 3 bounces off of the bottom, and it is sitting up at the highs. This is a candidate to potentially try to go and get into a new high today. Over the overhead 141.13. That's literally it. You either pop out and you should see strength. If you see a lack of strength, be careful. But other than that, I mean, that's literally it. You'd be looking at your beautiful pot.
This short week
Oh my
is
god.
5 down.
You said it's a short week next week?
For July 4th or the following Monday.
Oh shit. Sounds like vacation, baby. I fucking hate trading on those stupid ass what, Friday? Friday's off? It's on the 3rd, so I don't know about anyway, we'll figure it out. All right, snap down, too small of a move. That's already fallen so much. That reminds me of Netflix. I want a little bit of up before I get a little bit of down. Let's see. So again, when you have something like this where you can't see, or maybe you see that it should have already been taken on a higher time frame, you want to see a retest of something directly up above you and a failure. And so right now you're sitting up against this cost basis at 458 with the retest of 4. So now you mark out what's underneath you, which would be this range here, and look for a 447 breakdown where you still have a long wick that could act as a 4. But other than that, it is kind of a smaller move. And I would, because of how much it's dumped, it would be nice to kind of play around with this price action here before getting that leg down. So well, this was my price target, wasn't it? No shit. Okay, so Netflix has just hit my price target. Let's see. So end of empty space could be right there. Ah! I want a 70-80 retest. I'm gonna set an alert on that bad boy. Would SpaceX affect IWM? I don't think so. No. It's not really a small cap, if you know what I mean. So UNH uppies. You got it. It doesn't get any simpler than this. I prefer a pullback though. Personally, I want this. Something like that. Kind of like Walmart. That's what I would prefer, but if you are looking for the break, all you have is 413.50. IWM is going and hitting the highs. Oh my god. Oh, this is good if you want to go short. All right, it is 9:28. No more requests, guys. Lock in. I'm light into some positions, but mostly just looking at the ETFs right now, and NCLH, Wendy's, Meta doesn't really look like it's gonna be my friend today, so I might not. You might not see me on that one. If you see anything moving today, feel free to let us know. Apple is fucking absolutely plummeting right now. If you took, oh my god, it's already over. Never mind. Take profit. Holy shit. I'll play ahead. I don't hate to play. I just need all my pick up and take a clean. Be a long way from Decatur. The 3rd of the next month will mark 6 years since the Discord server was established. 6 years. Damn.
It's a big bonus for Ivy and Alex right there, bro.
Bro's always trying to fucking get. All right, ding, 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 ding. These are taking an immediate leg down here. I'm trimming up some of these contracts. That was easy to sell. Holy shit. No way, I got IWM calls too. Let's fucking go. IWM $300 calls, 200 and 200+% here. I'm gonna go ahead and dump some of those now.
Yo, how do you forget?
Because I'd get focused on one position, or I'll have more in one position, so it's like it takes precedence over others. And so like, or I'll have like I'll have 10 contracts or something, then trim down to 2 and forget that I have left the 2 because I set alerts on these things, and I have found that the best scenario for me is to just um get my mind away from, like, just leave alerts. There's nothing else I could do at that point except for set alerts. So I had some IWM contracts that actually swung for the beginning of the week. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah.
The person who was restreaming had to shut it off or something, I guess.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'll take care of it.
All right, thanks.
If you give me a minute, I can reshare.
I'm going right now.
All right.
Thank you, though,
Yeah,
puppy.
it was my fault. I had to go ahead and chart some stuff.
All right, Apple just hit target 1. Qs are falling nice and fast, which could set us up for that reversal, but it's doing exactly what we talked about. I already went ahead and took profit. Look at the pullback down, rejection off of 726.80. We're now moving into a lower time frame box right here where we're bouncing. If we can punch through that, then you might be looking at more downside. And then Apple just hit that first target. Second target coming in hot here at 284.72. If you want to leave it 80 runners on that one, welcome to do that. If you want to speculate on IWM, all right, what do I want on? I want 290s on my fucking IWM. That's a bold thing to do at the highs, but if you want to wait for it to sink back down. Yep, Meta should be dumping. Meta should be dumping. It opened up underneath the floor. Watch that 290, 723.36 lost here. 1 second, I'm grabbing some. $72. Next week on IWM, I mean, you can wait for it to sink its teeth back underneath that level, 299.36.
Damn, Papa, we got the same ones.
Oh, beautiful, dude. Oh, Q's, fuck off. Oh my god, who bought my contract? Whoever bought my fucking contract that I swung overnight, oh my god, I am so sorry.
I sold mine this morning for like 300%.
Yeah, dude, it's diabolical. That's why I love this swing trading shit.
I sold that.
Holy shit, Amazon. Oh, my bad.
Oh my fucking
Yeah.
god.
Let's go. Give me that 220, baby.
Not bad, guys. Great short. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, 226. That's you're at you have 226 flat. That's a great short, guys. Great short. Qs should be touching this level here relatively soon. Pretty dope. All right, when IWM is hitting that 300 right now. I'm gonna hold a little bit on this one though. Just speculative. Might be a good idea to have a fucking 305 or some crazy shit. Tractor Supply just fired an alert off.
Oh, thanks for the stream, Potter.
Yeah, you got it. All right, close those out. I'll re-enter those, Junior.
Which one, bro?
The IWMs.
Bro, I got into Teledoc at $4.06 T-Doc, and it's kind of crazy. Already almost at 100% on equity.
Nice job, dude. AMD is doing that thing. If anybody is watching AMD, watch that one. Try to clear that 552. NVIDIA doesn't want it. AVGO doesn't want it.
You got a second?
IWM's running for a new all-time high.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you grab that short, like I said, you can go ahead and stop out of it for next week.
You have a second, let me know.
I grabbed those at like 64. They're at, sold them back at a couple of them at 57. So, yeah, what's up?
I'm just looking at SpaceX, and I wonder, I wanted to know if you would consider 165.57 a bump in the road. If you look at the 1 hour, it's that little green wick.
No, you don't want to trade like that. You don't want to, like, yes, that is a target, but I wouldn't wait for that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to. I would want. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't wait for that. I mean, it's a great place to reclaim because it lets you know that the rest of that empty space is likely to get filled. So. Yeah, you can send me a screenshot. Anybody got Q shorts? This shit is fucking blushing quick, dude. 570 or 721.33. If you're at NCLH, this thing's moving really nice. IWM's getting a little weak up here. Little, not a lot. Yeah, I have a free Discord. UNH is trying to curl up and go and hit that overhead high. I know some of you guys were watching that one at 413. Ooh, Cisco has a really good setup. Set an alert on that one. All right, you fly back and forth. It'd be nice if we got that lead and lag on IWM and saw that one pull back like we talked about this morning. This wouldn't count as that full pullback here. You have the box directly underneath you. You're retesting now. We'd have to lose that box. So that you was.
Y'all in meta short or nah?
I have meta, yes. I have 2 contracts of meta.
Nice. I had 537.
I'm a little
You
bit
can
salty
do
about the trade right now, man, because I was planning on grabbing about 30 contracts. So, dude, Apple is fucking flushing. I have a target on this one of 276.50 for continuation. That is pure empty space. If it loses this last low of 280.65. Don't chase. Yeah, don't chase that shit. Back and forth. Interesting. IWM punching down. Qs have already secured that punch down. Target hit at 720 here. Obviously, any sort of continuation to the downside would rely on price falling. There we go, at 716.83. If you got those shorts, oh, fuck.
Glad I didn't get out of my shorts.
Yep. Underneath 289.40, pre-market highs get touched. But I think it's following the rest of the market, so this is your last chance. You got to set a stop at like 300 or something. Jesus Christ, Qs, let's go. Dude, whoever bought those contracts this morning that I swung seriously is down bad. Real bad. Cool cat. Fuck that. Top dog. Yep, you're one trigger away from being overhead that 107 or 108.75. Nice job, IWM. Fuck you, TikTok. Ban. Oh, damn. This is what I wanted. Now, if we could fucking lose that 24-hour high, we're going to be really cooking with Crisco here. Listen, was this not what we talked about? We wanted this one to shoot higher and then get pulled back in. That's what we want. And there we go. And it tapped that 300 plus. But I want. Unfortunately, this one has structure. It's moving into pre-market highs now. Seeing a small bounce. Love you, Potter. Up 20K. Good God, Grayson. Congrats, brother. It's a good feeling, man. Pull that shit out.
I'm thugged up.
Right at the end, we're at gold digging ass. I just see a motherfucking rainbow. Who, me? What's my profile pic? Oh, Jose? Don't even know. I don't even. Ugh, turn that shit up. Run it. Don't hold on to shit when it turns red. If it doesn't have a good expiration, 300 can't be crossed, or you will be making a range. We need this to flush. Come on, get the fuck down there.
That 1 hour candle on Q's is crazy.
It's lit, dude. Get the fuck down there, baby. Oh. Ugh. That was nasty.
That's fucking nasty.
Papa 700 or what?
On the Q's, right? On Q's?
Oy, oy, oy. Yeah.
7-11-55. That's the next level.
Pain this morning. Holy shit.
Boy, I just made a fucking bag off that short on IWM and Q's. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Should have grabbed more on the Q's, but I got a good IWM setup here.
I used my 350 when I bet it on Mexico yesterday, puppy, on IWM.
Make a bag? A bag way?
I got them cheap. I got them cheap after halftime.
Oh shit.
43 cents, puppy, using the powder box.
Oh fuck. All right, trim. If you're up 100+%, you can trim. We got lots of empty space under here and the potentiality. I'm going to throw this out here. If we can punch down through our pre-market structure, I got a target right here of 295.85. But that's obviously with continuation. We need to see all these levels directly up above us retested and failing. Obviously, we're below that. We have this small structure we're losing here. Just need to flush through that. So, yeah, if you have, you can trim that 100% off. If you got IWM to the downside, not fucking bad though. I'll tell you what. Also got those June 30th 290s again. So. Q's bouncing. No. Not quite. Let's see. Oh, a little bit. This is your old floor on IWR on the Q's. There you go. Better. Very better. Unload. Unload. Send it in here. Send me the package, market makers. And make sure you leave some runners. What's driving the market down? I mean, imagine trying to sell somebody at the high, price at the highs right now with all the fucking geopolitical. I mean, we just had inflation at the highest level it's been in 4 or 5 years. So, I mean, I thought that we could see this pull back regardless, but just made 100 from $8. So I'm talking about, dude, IWM is literally the GOAT. So if you got those weeklies, you already, it could be a free trade already right now. So I'd like to see a little bit more though. And it looks like a nice little, that candle did secure the floor. So runners need to be thinking about that 299 level here. It's just one. I'm not going to stop out just off of that. I mean, that is a strong bounce, so it's highly likely that I might. Let's go to 30-second. So that level 299.61 and we fly. All right, am I not losing any value on that? That's crazy. See how it's fighting for the floor right now? It's trying. Goes up to right around that median, fills up the empty space, which that was the first green candle right here. Now pulling back. Retest. That's where you'll bounce and pull yourself up. Foreign buying adds 14 trillion to US stock values. Okay. I'm sure that'll, I mean, that'll probably get kind of bled into the market a little bit. Come on, shut down. There you go for the Qs, guys. That's target hit right there. I've got a second target at 709.83. That was news on IWM's feed. Interesting. That's what I thought. 3 candles right there on the 30-second. We need to force that candle down through this small range. Flush that. Flush that.
They are trying hard. They do not want to let IWM go.
Listen, that was scary, but I did it, dude. Can't scare me, dude.
I held through it too, brother.
I'm right here with you guys. I haven't sold a thing.
Thank God for the FaceTime.
I fucking bought more during that shit.
More 290s for today. I'm just those are kind of gambles out there. Looking at the empty, I mean, we're up at the highs here. This is a lot of the times where you get that harsh rejection down, so it's a little extra though, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so this makes sense, guys. It makes sense why IWM had trouble right there. Look. So we're trying to push and punch through that. There we go, dude. Yo, big ballin' right there, B. All right, I'm going to trim just a little bit more right here. Oh, yeah. Sold half my IWM puts for 233. Should have kept them, but profit is profit. You sold half of them, though, right? This is your next weekly. Oh, my God. Too late. Sorry.
The whole enchilada, puppy.
Well, I mean, we're good, but that's not a reversal candle. Retest of the floor to a 298 here. Qs still flushing. Good God, dude.
Yeah, I'm watching the yesterday's low, like the 704.
Yeah.
Level where it bounced. Fish.
I'd love it to break. I think it could break this pre-market. I want that. That's what I'm holding these runners for. Holding a pretty.
Yeah, my small account did a V-shape right now.
Did that V-shape recovery?
You said V-shape recovery. Don't you ever say that again. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I said my account did a V-shape.
Oh, your account made a V-shape. Okay. Ooh, thank God.
Yeah, my account, no,
All right.
Yeah. We're not talking about anything other than the
My
pot.
account did a nosedive.
Damn, dude, you need to bounce. Bounce soon, brother. There you go.
You gotta call your puppy 911.
Puppy.
Computer, my account doesn't bounce off 24-hour flows.
Computer, make me witch.
fucking go.
Computer, make the U.S. economy quash.
Mass destruction.
Trim it again here.
Damn, Papa.
I'm fire with this shit, dude. Listen, Ivy, will you clip or find that IWM analysis this morning where I talked about it popping up, tapping 300 and fucking getting pulled back in? I want to flex a little. A whittle flex? Computer, make me look cool. Trade's free. Now it's just a matter of getting this last floor broken here.
Circle is close to hitting that 65 target you had.
I have an alert set on it, dude. Yeah, as you guys notice, I'm not fucking hovering over that one. I've got my alert set, and I'm just leaving it at that.
Papa?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, do you want me to upload it on your G Drive?
Oh, nah. You could just DM it to me if you can. Actually, that'd probably be better.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise I'll forget.
Alright.
On a real note, you are a goat. Oh, I appreciate that, guys. I love when I see people winning. Huh? What? You want in your basket? All right, well then I'm going to show everybody you. You ready? You ready? I got you. I got you. I got you. Shh. Look at that. IW reversed when you came in here. Make it go back down. Make it go back down. Shouting. We're clean already, brother. I took a shower. Skirt, skirt. Oh shit, AMD fucking. Okay, pop higher, tap the highs, and then fucking dump. Good job sticking to your bias. That one could have a break of the floor. Bring the cat with the Cuban chain. Yeah, you're right. He's a good luck. Hey, Ed. Bring me Anakin. I need him. Kitty, kitty.
Yeah, Papa made some couple racks already.
Bro, it's been a good day already, yo.
I'm sorry to cut in, but I have to say something.
What happened?
My wins this morning.
Uh-oh.
I'm shook.
Are you shook? What?
I can't even. I don't want to post it because you were right about the DM situation, so I don't want to post what I made in PNL today.
Well, you can send it to me if you'd like.
2 more years.
You don't have to trade for
2 years.
For 2. Yo. She just said that she doesn't have to. She does not have to trade. She's shook. She said she doesn't have to trade for 2 years.
Go ahead, girl.
I'm gonna let you trade my account now.
Yeah.
Can you trade my account now?
You trade my account.
Yeah.
Next month.
But seriously, yeah, and
You're getting the DMs.
yeah, well, listen, nobody DM Nanya, okay? Listen, focus on you. But seriously, amazing. And if you want to, I'd love to see if I'm not gonna DM you, so dude.
I'll share it if y'all really want to see what I made today, but I don't want anyone to think that I am some kind of guru. This is all from what I have learned here, and I have been here for a month, and I spent maybe 2 weeks before I joined watching the YouTubes, the videos that he has up on YouTube. That is all. This is a completely different system than anything I've been trading for the last 2 years. Everything is all because of the month I have been in here. And I'll just go ahead and tell y'all now, I made this on snow puts.
No way.
For you. Congratulations,
Dude. Oh my gosh. That is incredible, dude. My heart's like palpitating right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's so fucking
Well,
cool.
that's great though. At least she has. I mean, we didn't know how much experience she has, but she has some a couple years at least of experience. So
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, let's I'm excited. Let's see. Whenever I'm looking at the games.
I think she makes you half a mil.
Half a year, man. She's speaking facts. This strategy is the best. Hey, Potterbox just went up $200. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I keep hitting wrong buttons.
Dunya, you gotta flex on that guy that was giving you crap about trading your husband's account.
Anakin.
Imagine that.
Oh, by the
Make
way,
Marky go
you
down.
remember how chill he was when I told him about the first win? He thought I meant $125.
That's hilarious. Q's just got one floor.
You probably just made more than he might ever see in his lifetime.
That's dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, my heart's racing right now. IWM with a pop outside of that box.
Find the games channel. My hands are shaking. Like I'm looking for it, but I can't find it.
It's alright. Go enjoy this moment. I mean, man, what a fucking moment to be living through right now. That's incredible.
Drink some wine or something. I don't know. Like that's crazy.
She's in South Africa. Oh my god.
I haven't been posting all of my wins,
Holy
but that has put me to the point where I don't have to worry about. I could probably never trade again.
Damn, that's a real stop loss lead right there. Awesome. Congratulations. Oh, yeah.
You don't ever have to talk again.
Where's the one above all? Where's that?
Can I borrow $1?
Shut up. That's it.
So does the powder box work, or
Does the powder box work?
If you're asking that question, you need kicked out right now.
Oh no.
Yo, I'm joking.
She has mod. She has mod status now.
No, don't do that.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, I mean don't give me mod status. I don't
Oh.
Please don't put me in charge of anything. I'm just
Like,
an
she's
innocent
putting
little
up the
student.
numbers that the people who've gotten kicked out claim they were putting up.
Straight up. Straight up. Wow.
Congratulations, Nunya.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sitting here with my mouth open. But
I am too. I mean, congrats, dude, and I mean, you guys should be inspired just like last time. I mean, you're good. That's what we do this for, and now you can fuck off and live life and enjoy yourself. This is just this is what the fuck I do this for, y'all. Not everybody's gonna hit shit like this, but go ahead.
I got it handed to me all this week. I have had red days all week because I've been trying to do trade instead of just following this system, and I've been waiting on snow to catch up because I was in it before that wick the other day, but I held even after. So I was really happy. I got out before the pump this morning, obviously, but I was really happy with it because I've been in it for a while. But yeah, it's been a really rough week, and I'm not a genius at this. I was making mistakes all week. I took Google Shorts yesterday.
Oh no.
0 DTEs like an idiot.
Oh no.
So.
But I mean, it just goes to show you. Yeah, I mean, it goes to show you that I mean, things can be going not that great, and right around the corner, and especially sometimes when we get reminded to lock back. I get reminded to lock back in on my system. You know what I mean? Because like I'll start playing other things. But all in all, dude, I mean, proud of you, but awesome, amazing job. I mean, that's That's incredible. By the way, IWM over 299.63. I missed the upside entry, but if you've already cleared out of any puts, we got a good 297. So hopefully everybody was able to catch that. But I am still hanging on just to a few of those June 30ths. If this candle could get eaten back down, then I think this candle flushes down to Nunya's P&L, which is 295.
Yeah, now's about the time that you tell everyone about that little 3% commission in the fine print when they.
Oh.
Bro, what the fuck is on the screen?
Nunya. Not none of your business, but.
Fucking kidding me?
No, breathe. I'm gonna repeat it again, by the way, to anybody who sees this. You gotta leave Nunya alone, okay? You cannot DM her. People start off in different boats, okay? But all in all, guys, I mean, we've had several. There's several people in here who, they just don't show. But like, I know there's a couple of members who same boat, but maybe not as much. This is one of the highest gains that we've seen collectively in the Discord. So just it's inspiring, and I if I'm for me, when I see shit like this, I'm inspired to go harder, to focus even more.
Crumple up my fucking account and put it in a corner and spank it or something. What the fuck is that?
Yo, what?
I have to
It's crazy.
say, Nunny, I really appreciate your saying that, talking about the downs and not just the ups.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you hear 90% success and you kind of wonder if it's just you that's having so
no.
No, definitely. If anybody thinks that you can just do this and not take losses, my thing is I've always looked at trading as a business, and there are business expenses no matter what business you're in, whether you're buying stock for your shelves or fixing your apartments for your tenants. There are expenses to every business, and that's what losses are. It's the price you pay for doing business and education. This is doctor level education requirements. If you want to do this without going to school, you're going to take some L's.
And that's a key word too, though. She used business.
Yeah, and a lot of you guys treat this more like a fucking video game, and the results are video game like, wide fluctuations in results. And I mean, again, I really appreciate her talking about, because I mean, I've had weeks like that too, where it's like, and the best thing about this is I'm always within my risk. So like there are times where I've had 40, 30, 50K, which seems fucking small, in comparison. I don't live by comparison, I'm extremely happy for Nunya, but also extremely happy for, your gains, even if it's $1,000, whatever boat you're in. But at the end of the day, I mean, you show up, you listen, you put in the work. And even if you don't have the discipline that you want or need, it's a journey to start making that happen. Because honestly, I that's a great way to put it, is to treat this more like a business and less like a video game. So real quick, guys, IWM right over $300 here. It should go and retest $300.50.
Hey Potter, can you take a look at UNA?
Can I take a?
Have that leg up soon.
Yeah, it broke a new high.
Yeah, quick retest here. Okay, so it's sitting right up at the highs. This is kind of similar. Yeah, so you don't really have much of a choice if you're going longer expiration for 1165. If you are going shorter expiration, I would say 413 is a no-go for any sort of candle close underneath that. So
yeah, it might retest.
Yeah.
But
the Q's looks like it might fill back up that empty space.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it did, dude. I could. You do have a floor reclaim as we speak right now. Slip through the cracks. SPY just rebounded all the way back up as well. Yeah, put them on checks as long as the beat is on 5.
Raymond's about to put $1.6 million P&L on the thing.
None
Oh
yet.
yeah, we call XBS for sure.
Yes.
What are you gonna do about taxes? You still want to come back? Still there.
Whether I come back or not, my trading account is in the US, so I'm stuck with US taxes anyways.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I trade on a VPN. I don't have a choice.
Got that offshore account.
I mean, there could be a boating accident, you know. I'm kidding.
You gotta hurry and get everything into the Bahamas.
Listen, I've run from U.S. Marshals. It is, listen, outside of the end result, it's adrenaline filled, you know. So do what? You said you do that every day? Oh my god, dude. Oh fuck.
I've outrun my brother's sergeant when he was in the army because I got high on an army base and while I was visiting, and I got in a lot of trouble, and they were trying to catch me, and I took off.
Oh, nice. I love a good escape story. Escape.
Hey, also NCLH, right above, right on that 2178.
I'm in that bad boy right now, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm just saying it's having some trouble. Isn't that the level that you wanted to break earlier?
Yeah. It just obviously 24-hour candle close. You've got the wick right here at 2216, and we're on our way. This one is a sit back and let it go.
Junior, Carlos, my ICE agent's not doing his job.
Real quick, Nunya, are we gonna hear from you again? Are you?
Oh yeah, I got the 6 months because it was sales for.
That was a hell of a
start for me.
Damn. Let's go. Cool. Well, congrats. I'm serious. I'm as an educator, teacher, just obviously this is what I, not just the gains, but just, seeing people win like that. Congrats. Seriously.
Oh yeah, I have so much more still to learn.
Congratulations.
I'm not going anywhere. I've managed to pull off a few good trades. There's a lot more out there to be had, and now I'm just going to be greedy.
That's the spirit.
Oh god. Uh-oh, greedy Nunya in the up to bat.
Greedy Nunya.
There you go. It was risk management Nunya. Business Nunya.
Like,
Nunya business.
got $1 million.
Nunya business. That's a good one right there. Baby. Cash baby. We want more winners. Hell yeah, baby. Who is the piggy in the picture? I don't know how that got there. I woke up the other day. It was there, dude.
I'm watching in the TikTok and people are asking for my hand in marriage. Already married for 23 years and very happy.
They just want to make sure. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. All right, we just saw IWM wick up, fill the exact amount of empty space. Now the question is, what are we doing for the rest of the day? Are we going to fucking sit up here at the highs? Fucking pop back in that bad boy.
Don't force the ETFs. Just come trade UNH with me.
You said UNH with you? I'm watching that one right now on the other screen.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I hope.
Yeah, but I mean, I got in the morning too as well on UNH about a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I got like a week like 225s, 240s. Or God, it's at $400. 425s, 440s.
Nice. I'm going for the full enchilada, the 500s.
Damn.
I'm gonna yeah. Make sure to look for I'm gonna do a video drop today, so make sure to check out the YouTube or the TikTok and the YouTube.
Which is 50% of the red candle on 24-hour.
Roger. Come on, Q's. What do you want to do? UNH looking amazing, good, and especially if you got a good expiration. So I'm looking today for that 419. If we can keep pushing over here, 419. Slow.
Oh, I see that 500. It does look kind of juicy.
Yeah.
Clear
You
empty
said
space, Papa.
you said Netflix looks good. Oh shit.
Can we ban that person?
Yeah. Yeah, our Discord has a relationship with Netflix. I'm gonna be honest with you though. I did say yesterday or this morning that it had hit my target. Listen, I'll fucking do it. If you don't want to do, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Honestly, I haven't played it, but everyone's just talking about it on the chat. It just made me laugh in a way.
La 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 la. And then let me set an alert on this bad boy. Little 5-minute entry to the upside. 73.67. It's not bad. I'm gonna lie, I've just bought back that 290 on IWM for 5 days out again. Tripping. Yeah. Tripping. Skirt. One of my dreams is to do ab libs for a rapper.
If Drake calls you, he's gonna say no.
If Drake called, nah, I ain't hopping on. I'm not having my name attached to all that, baby. Smack that ass till it's cheetah print. Oh my god, dude. Fucking get out of here, dude. Who the fuck signed off on that? I was a nice man, now I'm ice man, and I'm hot cold. Oh my god, brother. Brother! Manny fucking loves that. He loves Drake. I just been fucking roasting him for it. Oh, come here, Roger. What's up? Meow. What's his name? Quando Rondo. That's the only famous rapper that like I know or knew personally. Like Quando Rondo was like in my house. I could show you guys where the fuck I'm not gonna pull it up here, but
That's crazy.
I think he talks about it in one of his songs. I lived in
with the thugs. Let me find out Potter's is tripping, dude.
There is a album cover of a rapper here in Savannah that's not famous. And I am standing outside the cut, surrounded by about 50 other dudes with automatic weaponry. And I'm just standing with my arms crossed like this. I haven't seen that photo in 10 years. It's pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. Although I don't know why I wore that fucking outfit. I look like a fucking drugged out tax associate or something like that.
You look like Slim Jesus in that bitch.
Yeah, something like that. Nah, I lived right here. That's where this was the cut. My homie got shot by a shotgun right outside of this bar. But this is the hood. Anyway.
Just know he got shot by a white person. Because black people don't be running around using shotguns.
That's actually not true. The bar that's over here was being rented out by a bunch of nerdy white guys. And this is a local bar. Damn, they fixed that shit up. Oh my god, it's got a name on the front and everything. Anyway, yeah, they a local regular came in and was pissed that they rented the bar out. And so he came back. It was birdshot, but it still fucked his leg up. I don't know.
On UNH, you said you wanted 419 today?
I would like to see that level. Yeah, watch the cues right here flipping that overhead. This is that third tap right here. The rest of the ETFs are climbing up pretty confidently. This one has not. I don't know. He said, chasing money. I need to chase my kids. I don't know. Ugh.
Well, and you can go over this in a second, but why do you want 419 on UNH today? The
Channel
what are those
target.
switches?
Channel.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, just looking at this channel right here that it's been operating in. So it's confluential as well. Yeah.
All right, sick. Thanks.
Watch a target of on IWM of 301. Watch this 301 tap here on the upside. Friend no more. Did she make that on a prop? No, it was not a prop firm. Powers, I got real superpowers. Short bus shoddy? Hey, Dejin, can you get me that, please? Please buy that for me. Potter had an interesting life. How did homie survive? Oh, he got shot in the leg. Yeah, actually, this was one of the I remember. Yeah, I lived right next to the entrepreneurial center, so I used to go in there and have no fucking plan at all, and be asking them questions and be like, "Dude, just fucking Google this shit." Can the queues get under 700? Yeah. I think right now there's a real battle right now. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. The queues, SPY is curling back up, but you still see this overhead selling pressure. We have a lot that if you wanted to go back up on the queues. So even with these reversals right now, these are major areas of volume. I mean, why wouldn't it bounce, right? So anyway, that being said, yes, if we end up fading this bounce at some point, yes, I do and could see continuation to the downside.
Okay, so I'm in the Discord and on TikTok. I need a better shot at that tattoo because I'm new here and I've never seen it and I love tats.
I was looking at I want to get a sleeve, and so I wanted to see what it would look like.
When you go to California, bro, holla at me, my boy. It will hook you up.
I have a tattoo artist in Miami, here,
Bro,
and I guess now out there, dude.
do a whole body tattoo in like 8 hours. And it won't even hurt, bro. For real.
What the fuck? What does he do?
When
Fucking.
he does it, bro, it's so fucking sick, dog.
Oh shit. I want to get I have to conceptualize what I want because I like this filled in. I want it filled in like this. So I want to create a design like that with like kind of the swirly clouds, Japanese clouds, and maybe an eyeball or two, but
he's great at Japanese.
Is he? Best tattoo artist I know are in Colombia.
That's really cool looking, by the way.
Thank you, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. Those, if you guys have kids on TikTok, I could be making good money off of TikTok if I wanted to, but no, these tattoos. I mean, my daughter, she wanted one. It's so funny to see your kids with like. It looks like they. I mean, they look really real, but she wanted one on her front leg, or on the side of her leg, so it basically is the whole leg. And then she wanted another one on the left leg, but on the front. So we did that one. And then last night she was like, "Can I do my arm?" And so her arm down to like the middle of her hand is like all tatted up. And it's just so silly because I'll go out there and she's just, it's just like a 7-year-old kid with like almost like her entire body tattooed. Hayden's like, nah, let's not I was like, this we should go out and see what people say. Fucking people be like, oh my god, there's a kid.
I was just about to say, at least it's not on her throat. My son, who I haven't seen, sent me a picture. His whole throat is tatted.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. One time I was like literally about to go to a tattoo shop because I was gonna get a face tattoo. And it wasn't because of any other reason, but I was promising myself that I would never work for anybody again. So it was like seal in my mind it felt deep. I was like, oh, this is some deep shit right here. But like in reality I'm glad I didn't. But I figured, you know, it was like the face tattoo is what people warn you about. It's like once you do that, you can't get a job. And it was like, well, I don't fucking ever need one again because I don't care, even if it's not trading, even if it's fucking something else. Like I found out after about 6 years in the workforce, it became very clear to me that I was a terrible employee and that people loved hiring me. I never like, dude, almost every interview I ever gone to, even underdressed, like I've done really well or got job offers. And I come in and I'm super excited and I learn the system and they're like, yo, you know, if you keep grinding like this, we'll give you a promotion. And I'm like, cool, what's the time, you know, what's the time on that promotion? They're like, yeah, usually about a year. And I'm like, okay, I just lost all my motivation. Time to look for a new job. And I swear to God, I mean, I just, you know, again, and I know some people feel indifferently about this, but if I work for a corporation or if I worked for any big bank, you know, big place, like I would quit. Like I've had bosses like scream at me on the line in front of people, and I will put I've taken my apron off or taken my fucking name tag off, placed it right there, and walked. And like a lot of the times, I paid the price for that shit because I ended up being broke. But I mean, at the end of the day, I still had my pride. But no, I just it just became really clear to me that like and that's what motivated me too, because I was like, dude, I have to do something. Like I know that I can't keep doing this shit for the rest of my life, and every job that I get that I really do like, I look at the people who are 40, 50, 60 years old and they're doing the same shit for not much more than I am. So what the fuck am I doing if I know that if I want more out of life, chasing after? Because like I talked about this yesterday, I still fucking love carpentry. I did hardwood flooring and I was really good at it. I mean, I worked in the Nike World headquarters, putting in like rare wood, you know, into their floors. Like it was really fun, but it was also just really satisfying. But it doesn't matter where the fuck you're doing it. I'm working for $1 billion corporation, you know, doing their floors and getting paid, you know, $18, $22 an hour. It's like, ugh. But now that I have all this experience, I fully intend, whenever we find where we want to stay, I fully intend on building my own house. Like not by well, yeah, I'll hire people for some things, but I even thought it'd be fun to like oh my god, bro, what the fuck? Holy shit, just that I'm not gonna lie, that was crazy, brother. That was crazy. Any Mexican in here is free to verbally. You're free to verbally assault him. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Where is it?
Did you do all that stuff in your background too? All that wood? Like,
You are my little racist pink
I put this background together, yeah. It was. I mean, they're pre-made, so. But I did put it together. No, I made this piece of furniture I have right here. I had made this into a clock, and I made it into a table. If you're on TikTok, this was my table or my coffee table for probably like 4 years. It's been multiple different colors and shit. I don't know where to put it. So. Need a mini ashtray. You know what? I realized that ashtrays, when I had roommates, I had 2 dudes that I was roommates with. That's when I learned that nobody gives a fuck about ashtrays, dude. Because our goddamn coffee table looked like a miniature fire had happened on it, dude. It was like just coated in ash. You know what I'm actually planning on doing with my like when I build my house, one of the things that I saw this form of construction. I'm going to look into it more. But these individuals use these really hard foam blocks, and then they stack these blocks like fucking Legos when they're building the house, but then they pour concrete and shove rebar in the middle of them. And it creates a house that has a higher RDF rating than a fucking fridge. Which means you're going to save hundreds, probably thousands of dollars on heating and air. Yeah, it's called insulated concrete forms off. Is that what it's called? I actually thought that was fucking really cool, man. Hopefully you can do what you want. California has a lot of rules for your own house. I don't know if I'll build a house in California, if I'm being honest with you. ICF insulated concrete form. That's good to know. New high spy. Watch the Qs try and break this. They're adamant about not falling right now. This is the 3rd time at the top inside of this area. Small 2-minute box right here. I got some a little bit of Qs, so. Who no longer pays taxes? Listen, if I stop paying taxes and protest, I am not verbally advertising that on the internet. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yeah.
Yeah, FBI's watching, bro.
No, but you can make money off. I shouldn't even tell people. I mean, not that you can get me, but you can make money off of reporting people to the IRS. There's people who have it as full-time jobs. It's like,
Oh, you're kidding.
no, I'm not. So, like, I mean, dead ass, I'm not telling you to do this, because I don't want people preying on it. But if you saw like trades by Psy or like Team Bull Trading, like, dude, I'm sorry,
Oh, Rusty?
that.
Oh, sorry. Audit this guy.
I mean, yeah, you get paid out. I'm not. You have to have good information, like, but yeah, you get paid out. All right, you just.
Yeah, like, is it commission, bro? Like.
I don't know. I've never done it, but I saw this video on it years ago. And this lady was basically saying like some people literally spend, because I mean, like, if you nab somebody for 10 bills or 10 million, right? You're probably going to make like $50,000 to $70,000. They're going to give you a big. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I gathered from this video. And that, yeah, people will sit and watch online, look for people flexing, look for people showing their cars, their house, their fucking jewelry, and all this other shit. And eventually, yeah, they'll go ahead and when they gather enough information, and they'll strike. So it's good. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, other than advertisement, man, there's like, and again, this is just maybe because of how I grew up or whatever, I don't know. But to me, like, one of the reasons I don't want to live in Miami is because, like, there's just like this culture of trying to look a certain way. And I'm gonna be honest, if you live in Miami, I know there's some really cool people in Miami, but a lot of the culture there, especially for my age group, is like, I don't want to take pictures with my friends of our Rolexes all in a circle. I don't have anything against it. if you really love Rolexes and you love that kind of shit, but to me, it just, I felt like I was in the wrong place. I was like, this is a weird thing to do, I guess. But at the end of the day, my point is, be quiet about a lot of the wealth you accumulate. Like, nobody has to know. And I think one of the hardest things is like, I mean, as I've acquired more wealth, I have lost more friends because, unfortunately, one of my friends in particular, he just wouldn't stop. There was always a problem. There was always, like, he was short, he was this, and I'm offering to teach him this system. I'm offering to fund his account, and he won't take that opportunity. So the fuck you think you're looking at me? Yeah, I'm showing him what people are doing. I'm showing him, like, dude, even if you didn't want to take this seriously and you wanted to trade, because think about it, guys. A lot of individuals here in 2 to 4 days will make what most people make in a month, right? Off of not a huge investment. Like, a lot of the times, if you're really strategic about where you place your trades. So he, having a free account, I would have been able to fund his shit. If he made any money, that's free money. And he, again, I'm right there and I already have the money. And he would do, I mean, God, do people get crazy with it because they'll prep you to ask you for money. Like, they'll call you and they'll be like, bro, I just want to vent. They don't want to vent. They want to give you a story to lay a foundation down so that way when they come back and they call you again, you already know what's going on. So every time I spoke to him, something was going wrong. And then the next call, maybe the next day, was somebody or him saying, bro, I'm in a hole. And, like, I want to help my friends. I wanted to help my friends. And I wanted to I had another friend named Derek who, I mean, me and him worked construction together. He was, I think, 6 years older than me, or maybe even older. And I left for Oregon and we were in the same boat, and one of the things we unusually bonded over was the fact that we both had our teeth fucked up. Like, my back and my teeth from jail, his were just from genetics. And so, like, me and him, IWM, by the way, just tapped that 301 that I talked about on the dot. And so when I got back, dude, I'm like, my life has changed. My housing situation is different. I just paid $20,000 to get my fucking jaw redone. Implants, the whole 9 yards. And then I get, I'm at this point now where I'm like, let me go ahead and, like, show you how to do this. And kind of that hesitation, he's not really showing up. I offered for him to show. Do you know how many people that you guys should have seen in my backgrounds? There's so many people I have invited over to my house to be, I said, listen, I actually put this together. I was like, listen, if you come over to my house and you start a TikTok profile and you're learning the Potterbox from scratch, you could stream this stuff. You could start your own thing, like, not Discord, but, like, you could start your own thing where, like, generate capital off of sharing your Webull link, because when you get started, if you're honest about what you're doing, I have no problem with, I think it's dope that people can make money off of affiliate shit, right? As long as you're honest. If you're not honest about it, then, I don't want to I wouldn't, endorse that. But, I was like, dude, people will be able to watch you, keep up with you. And I just felt another. Well, it's like one of those things where I'm like, dude, you're going to have accountability and the fact that people look at you, but you're also going to have me right here. Like, which, I didn't say this with any sort of ego, but I was like, dude, people would pay me, obviously, but not that that's the main reason, but, like, you should show up and, like, learn for free. Like, why not? And people get so comfortable in their daily safety, so it's kind of hard to change people's mind. IWM is slap up against that 301. Huh?
It's like, why would I learn? I can just ask you for money whenever I want.
Well, dude, he ended up crashing out on me because it was like on a Friday, and I had just got through sending money to Peyton, and I had maxed out my Cash App, so I couldn't send any money. At this point, right, he had come over, and I had bought a drum set from him. Not so he was a different friend who wouldn't just ask for money; he would try to sell me his shit. Like, and he knew I would buy his instruments because I love instruments, and I wanted them. But I bought a drum set from him, and I was like, well, I'll pay you extra, trying to help him out to fucking set the shit up. Set it up, tune it, and so as he starts to do this, I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and send it to him, and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm maxed out on Cash App. I'm gonna have to send it to you in like 4 or 5 days. Is that all right? And he was like, oh, that's fine. You already gave me the cash for the drum set. So anyway, he tunes it. It sounds like shit. So I'm like, and he's one of those weird dudes who would like do shit on purpose to fuck with you. But like, he didn't tune it quite well, which is, I guess, was him saying, I'm not going to tune this until you pay me, which is just fucked because I didn't want the drum set in the first place. I was doing it to help him out. So 2 days go past, and he's like, hey, yo, you got that yet? And I'm like, brother, I can't send this to you. I mean, I could go to the ATM, but I'm just not going to do that. Like, I'm at my house. I'm, whatever. So huh? Well, that's the thing is like, I was busy at the time. So I'm like, if I can, I will, but I'm not going to. Anyway, he ended up, on like the third or the fourth day, you should have a talk with your husband about fucking paying people. And I'm like, bro, it's been fucking 4 days, and I told you this when it happened, and now you're bitching because you have fucking power due, and you spent all that money that I gave you for the drums on nugs because you sent me a fucking picture of them. And now you don't have money for your electric bill. Your electric's about to get shut off, so now you're pissed at me. Anyway, he ended up crashing out on me because I just went ahead and laid that on him. I was like, dude, it's not my fault that you can't get your shit together and you're fucking 41 years old and you have no license. You can't drive a car. You won't fucking take care of yourself and your life is shit. I was like, that is like, and I'm trying to help you again. That's, not my responsibility. Doesn't mean you owe me for anything, but don't sit here and fucking bitch at me, because you're pressed and you're mad that I'm not. I'm not pressed anymore. I sacrificed a lot in order to fucking be where I'm at, and you're unwilling to do anything. Even ride my fucking coattails, so it was like. And it was one of those lessons, that it quickly dawned on me that I can't be responsible, or if you want well, it's just like now, every time I listen, I've met people, friends of friends, like I'll go over to one of my buddies' house and like somebody that knew will be there and I'll meet them and they'll find out what I do. And the first initial thing is, oh, bro, I got to link up with you. Like, I got to, like, let's, oh, you got to show me how to do this. And I want to help people, but I also just like to have a fucking conversation. That's why I'm here now. Let's talk about stocks. We're making money. We're trading. Like, this is the time. But outside of that, it's like, that's not what I want my first conversations with people to be. And that's where I think people who are successful will be like, it's lonely at the top. Well, if you fucking loud about it, like I've noticed now that I don't talk about it. I don't want people to know what I do. I don't want people to know how much money I have. I don't want people to know any of that. As far as they're concerned, I work at home from my computer, and I'm doing well. That's it. That's all they need to know.
In your same income bracket.
You said what?
I said you need to make more friends in your same your income bracket. Find your birds of a feather. Find your tribe. Find more people who are doing well, and they.
I definitely feel you on that one, and I think that some of my older friends have been that for me. Like some of my older friends got their shit together. One of my buddies, Van, who printed my t-shirts and hats, like, I'm still close friends with him. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I have bumped shoulders with a lot of people and I don't like it. I don't know why, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it's mostly rich white people. They fucking suck. And nothing gets, I'm not being like rich white, but it's like these highfalutin ass, like family's been here for 250 years, probably did some sketchy shit. Maybe I just haven't found my people yet, but I also think that that's one of the location. Thank you.
Is now in your tax bracket, Potter.
Yeah, that is for sure. So I mean, I've made so many good friends, honestly, and I know I don't get the in life real interaction, but I mean, like some of the people that are in this Discord, even though I've been advised by other people to not become friends with people, fuck that. But I mean, some of my best friends. I mean, obviously Manny, you know, fucking a lot of Junior, you know, Jorge. I mean, there's so many of you guys who are like, you know, I would consider to be my friends. But I'm also kind of in a weird, huh? What? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like, you know, this Discord it's been really good. But one thing that I've found is I'm not always super fond of some of the people that I interact. There's some really good, successful people. That there's no doubt about that. But some of the like really wealthy people that you can bump shoulders with here, like, and again, I'm not trying to be offensive when I say this, but I'm not interested in joining the fucking uh no, well that is actually there's a yacht club here, and that's where 99% of the rich people go to bump shoulders. And like, well, connections maybe like I guess I asked myself too, like, what do I need connections for? You know, like in terms like not what do I need connections for, but like here individually and for what I'm doing right now, you know, I don't think I have to have connections here, but again, it's just a personality clash thing, you know, where it's like I don't really have I don't have similar interests to a lot of these people. They also very much talk about people. This is one of my biggest qualms with a lot of the people who are wealthier than I am, well, way wealthier than I am, is they look at people purely as assets. And like they are expendable. You use them to accomplish your goal, and I get the intent behind that. But like just like with the prop firm things, like maybe I wasn't meant to pay like 350 a week from the agency that she was at. And if they want to come after me now, Ivy, I'll fucking sue the shit out of them. So or whatever. But anyway, um, I thought I was paying 350 a week for Ivy to work, and I think maybe a couple of months after that, maybe 4 or 5 months, I found out Ivy was getting half of that. And I'm well aware that money goes longer, but $150 is poverty in the Philippines. As far as Ivy explained it to me, like that's you're maybe okay, but like you're still stretched. And so I'm like, she's doing all this work, and then this agency that's stealing her in a way, like on Fridays, they would make her leave and go to these meetings for like the remainder of the day. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, anyway, I couldn't fucking live with myself knowing that Ivy's fucking struggling and I'm making all this money and that, and she's doing all this work. It's like, dude, that shit's fucking whack. And I don't feel, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm on my high horse or anything, but like, I just can't do that to people, man, because I've been that person. I've been that person who was just looked at as an asset and as a thing to build my business, and that when I'm done with them, I scrap them. It's like, I don't know. That's just me. I have explained this to people who are more business savvy than me, and they will just tell me flat out, like, bro, that's going to hold you back. And I know that but I'm going to find my own way forward because I do generate my own capital. I do make a lot of money trading. So it's like, I don't have to have a lot of the things or do a lot of the things that business requires me. And I have the space to try to do it my way, which is the right way, which is, regardless of, I've talked to my friend about this, but I was like, dude, wouldn't it be fucking dope to start a employee owned, there's a place called Burgerville in Oregon and Washington. And I really like them a lot because they source from local farms and their menu changes all the time. But it's in a fast food setting. But I mean, I don't even like fish set like a fish fillet or some shit like that. But dude, I used to eat one of their fish fillets like 2 or 3 times a week because it was just good. It was just good quality. Like anyway, I was like, dude, wouldn't it be dope if you actually like not with the intention of just making profit, right? Steph, you know what I'm talking about. But like not with this and again, it would only take people who are willing to do this kind of stuff. But like if you start the business with the intention of making sure that it can pay for itself, but also make sure that its employees are taken care of, because the social experiment would be there. How does a restaurant that has happy employees that don't have to worry about their life, like or about like massive expenditures, how would they perform versus our Burger King here with fucking workers who are working 9-hour shifts for chump change, you know? And I know it's like, again, I say all of this and I'm well aware that like what I'm talking is like fantasy for, it would be fantasy in a lot of people's eyes, but it's not fantasy until somebody fucking does it. There was a business, there you go, Q's. There was a business in Washington or Seattle, I think, and the owner took a massive pay cut. I think it was like half of his pay and bumped everybody's pay up. And people told him that his business was going to fail. And I think like the last valuation was like a couple bill. Dude's doing great. Employees doing wonderful. But it's crazy because that's what makes me think, and that's why I think the stock market and the people that reside within it are so morally abrasive, because it's okay for them to sit on here knowing damn well that they've never done anything spectacular or remotely good inside of the market or have any sort of understanding, and they're willing to scam a mother of three, you know, that stays at home and is just trying to make some extra cash for her husband because they're struggling with bills. Like, you look at people like numbers, it's easy to fucking throw signals out there and just accumulate the fucking cash, but it's like, you know, I don't mind charging. I think that what I do is worth something. You know, I've obviously, you know, we've seen the results of that, especially today. But it's like, dude, you can be moral. You can still have good morals, and if more people were like that, and we quit worshiping people who were extremely greedy and exploitive, then I think that maybe life could change a little bit, you know? But it's like, dude, it feels good to know that your employees aren't struggling. You know what I mean? And also, I can't tell you how many times that my personal life, and not to say that some of your employees are going to misspend or still be broke, but like, I know that my personal life got interfered with a lot of the jobs that I had, and my bosses knew it, you know? Sometimes it was my girlfriend, you know, calling me mad because some girl on Instagram liked my picture, you know. I told my mom someone made over 500K on training. She don't believe it. She told me to get a real job. She told you to get a real job. That's rough. This is the third time.
I need to make a correction because I was in panic mode when I was telling y'all. I said I got into snow puts. I don't know why. It was because I had snow up on TradingView. I think that's why my brain got stuck there. That was Apple and PLTR.
Okay, because I was wondering how you fucking squirted that out. Pause. That was not the right way to word that. But yeah, I was dude. Wow.
Yeah, I caught Apple puts last night, and I've been in PLTR for a little over a week.
Up, down, or down?
Yeah, both down.
Wow. And listen, what a pick. Those were some fucking good picks because you got 3 rejections off the top. Floor was exhausted, never bounced, lost its floor, punched down, empty space. That's fucking incredible. Mine was.
Sorry. Again, I was in panic mode. I was shaking. Tears were in my eyes. I couldn't see, and the only thing I remember looking at was the big snow chart on
Yeah.
because I wanted those. I wanted the puts so bad.
She was lost in the sauce. May I ask how you were able to hold? How did you control your emotion? Are you talking to her or me?
You're
Well,
chopped
if
liver
you're
now.
talking to me with Apple, there was no holding involved. I caught those puts at 15 cents last night, close to closing, and then I woke up to 5,200% this morning. And with PLTR, it's been kind of in a downtrend, and I just kept telling myself it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. There was a couple times I almost sold the PLTRs, like earlier this week, especially when I was having a bad week doing stupid
Yeah.
stuff day trading. I almost sold them just to make my P&L for the day green instead of red, but I promised myself I was going to hold them until I got at least 300%, and they wound up going for 520.
That's incredible. Wow. Fucking
320. Sorry, 320.
I mean, just hearing how you kind of worked your way through that, like focusing on, I'm going to hold, like, these are the same thing that I tell myself. I mean, straight up, I literally will be looking to get out of a trade and reevaluate, okay, like this is where I get out. And yeah, that's awesome to hear. I'm going to set an alert on Cisco because this one has a good pop. I'm going to look at that one to try to go to 129, maybe up to 133. Yep, stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Can I look at levels on LX, RX? Oh, yeah. Well, damn. Okay, so good punch back. Open outside of the box. 240 and 241. $15K. $15K to 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or well, both of those.
With 15,000 on Apple and 3,000 in PLTR.
All right, real quick, guys. Listen, don't follow me if you don't want to. I'm buying a few more of those IWM puts up at the highs here. Literally small. Okay, so if you can't do that or don't want to do that, don't do it. You can stop out if price pops back up above 301. Thank you. Thank you for your concern.
Are you a mind reader, dude?
No, but there is something to be said about collective consciousness. Dude, there is no, if anybody doubts it, there is verifiable evidence that people are psychic. Like, have you seen Through the Mother's Eyes? Where they blindfold these autistic children, or blindfold the fucking...
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, dude, they, like, separate these kids, and the kids can see through their fucking mother's eyes.
What is that shit called again? I remember being on the website. I paid for her next documentary.
Fuck. Remote viewing? No, that's different. That's just similar, but...
Is that Jorge? What's up, Jorge?
What's good, dude?
It's Papi. Oh, dude, I bet, dude, how fun is it at those bars down there, bro, watching that game?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not. You should see everything I just posted now, man. They went to like the center in the city, and it was just nuts, bro. I never seen people go that crazy over soccer.
They're pushing the cop cars over, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. They're knocking the cop cars over, bro. They're wilding out, dude. That shit was crazy.
I wish we would while out over the. I wish we would while out about the Epstein files, kind of in a similar fashion.
Nobody talking about that.
Yeah. I'm never gonna forget about that shit, bro. The sad shit is one day I'm gonna have to explain that shit to my kids. Gate kids, that's right, Gate. Yeah. I'm not, my kids think I'm psychic. I just know them very well. Because Ellie will literally open my door and she'll, like, not before she even opens her mouth, and be like, no. She'll be like, how'd you know? I'm like, because I know you really good. I get a lot of gut feelings in the stock market, and after, like, when I'm trading and stuff like that, and after I found out that, again, it's only theories, but it's like quantum mechanics, I guess, if you will, theorized that gut feeling could be memories from the future, since time isn't linear. That there's an I actually have I think that ghosts are quantum. This is just me maybe hitting the Benjamin too many times, but like, I think that if time isn't linear, right? If time isn't one straight line, but is going, flowing all over the place, that timelines overlap and we see shadows of what was in areas where, like, it had a heavy, like, impact on that person or something like that. Again, I don't know. It's fun to talk about. I like talking about that shit. Keeps talking. He's full porting quantum ETFs. once you learn about symbolism and a manipulator or marketing, it's a very yeah. Well, dude, they sell books that I like. They sell books on how to manipulate people, like Power. I think there's a book just called Power, and it's like, yeah. Hi, I'm new, and I think you definitely stand out over many others I've seen online. I very much appreciate that. I try to do that through evidence. What makes you decide to buy a specific equity? Of course, like the Potter box. Usually the options are inaccessible or not, or mostly it's because I see extended amounts of opportunity that I wouldn't want to hold options through. So, Hormuz shipping traffic is surging, apparently, in the late support. Ship traffic through the Strait of Hormuz jumped to its highest level since the war began, with 70 to 78 vessels crossing on Wednesday.
I'll catch y'all later. I'm gonna go have some nachos.
That's a perfect celebratory meal. Have a great day. Enjoy. Damn, boy, look at that strait. All lubricated. All these ships sliding through. Damn, what the fuck going on over here? Yeah, have a great day. Seriously. I'm already having one.
She needs to go on vacation now.
Yeah. Make a fucking million and then just eat some nachos. Thanks to you and your system, it helped me pay for our tickets to the World Cup. I mean, I'm still sitting up top, but I'm here in the World Cup. Oh, no shit, bro. Let's fucking go, dude.
Hey, Potter, I'm bored. Give me a signal.
Okay. Q's, full port. 723s. And, and 690 puts. And go to sleep. You're either gonna wake up broke or because it doesn't go anywhere, you're gonna fucking
Tesla 500s for Friday.
There you go, yeah.
My brother said if he wants to gamble, he's gonna slap 5,000 on a 0 GTE and go to sleep.
I could do that. What'd you say? IWM 290? You should full port that one?
Might be too late.
Dude, there's this fucking kid. I can't stand him. I hate that. I hate even. But I watched his dad, PB Investing. He was like 16 when he first hopped on TikTok, and he started advertising stock services and shit. And most people clowned him off of fucking TikTok, and so now he's on X. Do you want to listen? He made a whole post. I'm going to read it. Apple puts 50% on that 280 retest. My day is done in 20 minutes. This is what real trading looked like. That's it. And again, I'm not going to, I hate to shit on fucking percentages, but if she just got 5,200 fucking percent, you would have thought 1,000% or at minimum 500. With all that movement, you only got 50%. You're a scared little
clown.
You're a fucking clown, dude. I'm not going to lie. Sorry. That's the competitive nature in me. But damn. Also, mind you, this dude's dad put him, like, paid for advertisement, set up his whole shit so that he could create or help his son become a guru. Like, people, they actually learned this. He was trading on his dad's account, showing his dad's P&L. From like got exposed to. You know what though? I have found that people don't give a shit. That like there's a Noor Trades. I'm sure you might have seen him way back in the past, but he got called out on YouTube and they caught him live. They caught him live stealing from another Discord. I mean, he fell off hard. He used to have millions of followers, but no, I mean, seriously, like knowing that you could accomplish 50, 200%, or even 1,000% on Apple and knowing why that is likely to happen with all that overhead pressure, with all that empty space underneath it. Yeah. Spy's getting a little heavy up top with a rejection off of 536.50. Watch it drop anywhere under 733.80. Again, I bought those IWM puts. I expect a retest of 301 at some point if we bounce again, but they're speculative, but they're cheap. 290s for next week. All right. Well, I'm going to go TikTok, YouTube. I'm going to hang out with the Discord a little bit. I'm going to be posting some videos on some of today's awesomeness. So if you have any gains, post those, but make sure to go check out that video. What's up?
Real quick before you go, can you?
I'm not leaving here.
Oh, okay. Just UPST.
But UPST, okay.
Yeah, it's got good consolidation.
Oh, it does. You are correct. It does. Does it have empty space? It does. Ish.
44.
Oof, gross. So, I mean, outside, what, hourly? So 37.50 would be the most surefire. Let me look at the 24-hour again, because that is great consolidation. Okay, so listen, with this one, I think it's not worth it unless we're looking at trying to trade it into that. I mean, it could be worth it just to trade it from box. So this is where, guys, let me give you guys a tip here. We did it. I've seen you do this before, or wait, yeah, we did it. I think you asked me about this before, so I wanted to kind of point this out. When I have a setup like this, right? And there's a lot, like I could go to the hourly here and mark all this stuff out, right? There's a lot going on between, you know, point A and potentially point B. I am focused. If there is a stutter step inside of what, and still mostly empty, this is mostly empty. That wick is mostly empty. But if I was to take this, right, I would be aiming to trade this box to box. And I'm pretty sure, without guessing, that this is perfect. That is that 50% mark. So 39.71 and 44.50. And you have to have the expiration so that you don't have to watch it all fucking day. You have it. It's obviously end of day. Now I'll tell you right now, this is a bullshit candle close. It does have 3 rejections overhead. It is extremely boxed up. And maybe, I don't know, this looks like something that is that earnings soon? No, that's going to be for a long while. This is an interesting setup. Do what?
It might be boxed up till earnings. If you look on your the left side, that box that it's in from a while back, it was boxed up for like a month. No, keep going. Left. You had it on the weekly.
That?
Yeah, that big box up there. Yeah, I mean that's a while. That's like 3 earnings.
That's very true. Yeah. So I mean, so let's do this. One could argue for maybe a couple more weeks, but it is getting close to that similar range. So I mean, we just wait for the trigger on that one. Make sure you guys set your alerts.
Yeah.
I think Upstart is cheap.
For like a month and a half, 2 months.
Not bad on that IWM re-entry. All right. Oh my God. All right. Hey, TikTok, before I go, I'm going to go live tonight on my other profile. All right. It's been a while, so I'm going to go live on there. Make sure to check it out. All right, guys. TikTok, YouTube. Bye-bye.